Okay. Did it say live now?
There we go. Yes.
Okay.
It did. Woohoo!
Perfect.
Okay, so I think we take it from here.
I think so.
Well, first and foremost, hi, good night. My name is Milagros. People call me Millie, so feel free to call me Millie.
Okay.
Let's start out with the informed consent for you to sign, which I sent you.
Okay. Yep. So I am looking at that right now.
So you can read it, and maybe if you have any questions, we can address them right now before you signed it.
Okay. I'll go ahead and read through it real quick then. Okay. All right. Well, it seems pretty straightforward to me. So other than your professor or whatever, what is everything we talk about confidential then, or?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So,
This is for educational purposes only.
okay.
This will only be shared with the people in charge of the course. This will not be shared with other students either.
Okay. All right then. So I think everything looks good. So I'll go ahead and get that signed and sent back for you.
Perfect.
All right. It seems pretty straightforward to me. So other than the
We have a playback, yeah.
your professor or whatever, I have no. What is everything we talk about confidential then? I have no clue what is going on. Okay. So
okay. For educational purposes only.
Okay.
It will only be shared with the.
Oh.
What?
Okay. I don't know how this happened, but it was playing.
Yeah, it had a playback.
Yeah, it was playing on like the Google Hangouts page. So not what we're on, but like what I got to this from, it just started playing the video shortly after we started filming it. So I think we'll still be good.
Okay, so sorry about that.
Yeah, no, I have no clue what. I was so confused.
Yeah, for a second I was confused too. So yeah, tell me your full name, your age.
Okay, so my name is Matthew Tranter. I usually go by Matt. Sometimes people call me by my last name, Tranter. So I'm used to both of those.
Nice.
So yeah, I am 24. I'll be turning 25 in a couple of months here, and yeah, just looking forward to hoping some of these sessions can help me. I heard that from one of my friends that you might be able to help me perform better in some things. So that's why I figured I would come to you and see what happens.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself. Like what sport you do, what are you looking for specifically maybe?
Okay. Well, I've played sports since the time I can remember. Pretty sure that since I could walk, I played sports, and I started playing soccer, and I like that a lot. I played a little bit of football. I like doing that still. Still a huge basketball fan. I like to go out and play basketball, but it's the soccer that I'm really kind of more concerned about. I play with my fraternity team for school. We have intramural games, competitive games,
Okay.
and so I've been playing with them for a couple years, and I like it, but I thought I could play better, and that's when one of my fraternity brothers said, "Hey, have you ever spoken to a mental skills consultant or anyone?" And I had no clue what that even was, and so he kind of told me a little bit about it, and here I am.
And what position do you play
So
with your team?
I'm a striker mainly. Um,
Okay.
I mean, I could play some other spots if necessary, but all I want to do is score goals.
Nice. So you mentioned that your friend recommended you to look for a mental skills consultant. Do you have any idea why?
Um, I don't know. I mean, he must have seen something in the way I play because he plays with me. He's on the team with me, and um, just I had a really bad game one time. I missed a penalty kick in the game. I'm usually pretty good at those. I just all the crowd noise was getting to me. Um, I didn't feel good about myself, and as soon as I missed the penalty shot, then I started missing other shots that I should make, and I had a really bad game, and we got back after the game, and my friend asked if anything was up, and I said no, just that I was really mad that I had a bad game, and that's when he asked me had I ever heard of a mental skills consultant, and um, I think he said his brother or someone is doing some work in the field, and so he wasn't able to really do much because I guess he just started, but he thought that maybe another one of the students or something might be able to help, and so that's how I wound up finding you.
Awesome. That's really cool. Okay, so I think I got a little bit of information here. I just wanted to share with you a performance profile
Okay.
that we might want to look into it for just a second. The idea behind this, you might look at it like a hypnosis picture, but it's not. What I want you to do is, it's almost like a rating scale.
Okay.
It's very general, very generic. So you did mention a lot of sports.
Yeah, I
Now,
do play
now,
a lot.
yeah. Now referring to soccer, which is something that you're concerned about. Let's see. How do you feel with each of these qualities? So the further you go, the better you feel about them.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
So
is it how I feel right now, or is it how I usually feel, or
how you usually feel, let's go by that. Okay.
okay,
Like if you were reviewing your own experience playing the sport, where you feel, yeah, overall moving towards right now.
okay,
Okay. So you might want to take a few seconds, few minutes, if you will, and just try to feel it out a bit,
okay,
and we'll go over that. Okay.
okay. Now, am I doing all of this just specifically to soccer?
Yes, just
Okay.
soccer for now.
I think I got everything filled out now.
Okie dokes. Okay, so how did you feel, or did you rate confidence?
So for confidence,
Sorry
I
about that.
put that I would be somewhere in kind of in the middle. I did like a 1 to 10 scale kind of, and I put
Okay.
that I would be a 6. And normally, I feel like normally I'm more confident, but recently and leading up till now, I haven't felt as confident as I usually do.
Okay, got that. Commitment.
Commitment, I would say I gave myself an 8. I think I'm doing pretty good on that. I mean, I decided to come see you after having some bad games, so I think I'm pretty committed.
How about discipline?
I put 8 as well, kind of along the same lines that I'm trying to stick to what's going to help me get better.
Concentration?
I put 4. So I've been, like I said earlier, I've been focusing on some crowd noise sometimes instead of the game, and anytime I've been sitting on the bench recently, I really haven't been paying attention to the game. My only thought is, man, I should be playing better and I should be in there. Why am I not in there? And I feel like I should be supporting my teammates more, but I'm not.
Okay, got that. Determination.
For determination, I put an 8 as well, kind of like with commitment and discipline, that I really don't want to keep having these bad games, so I'm pretty determined to fix that.
Skills. How do you feel about your skills?
Skills, I put a 9. Like, I'm pretty good, but I mean, I think I could play better. So I think my skills are all right, but
Composure?
um, after last game, pretty low. I'd go with maybe a 4. I mean, I missed a penalty kick last game and then just kept missing other shots, so that can't mean I'm too composed.
And motivation.
Motivation, I put 9. Kind of like along the same lines of commitment and all that. Like, I know that I can be better, so I'm pretty motivated to actually see myself be better.
Okay. So, I think you have a pretty clear view of what you want to work with. Because you're actually giving me a lot of hints. I want to go back to your concentration.
Okay.
You mentioned something about your teammates, that you felt that you wanted to support your teammates, and you felt you were not doing so because you were not concentrated in the game. Did I get that right?
Yeah, I think that like anytime I'm on the bench, usually because it's not like normal soccer. We can make multiple subs. We don't have to have only like 3 or whatever. And so sometimes I'll come out and take a little break. And before, I would come out and I would rest up a little bit and I would pay attention to the game and I would cheer if someone made a good pass or a good play. And now I just find myself coming out and I can't really think about the game. All I can think about is the last play I just messed up, or I think about how I should be playing better and I shouldn't be sitting on the bench, because now sometimes I don't even come out for just a rest. I come out to get someone new in because I'm missing shots and all that. And I really feel like I should be watching the game and cheering on my teammates, but all I keep thinking about is, why am I not in the game? Why am I playing so poorly? And it's really frustrating.
Why do you feel that it's frustrating for you?
Um, I I think a couple reasons. I think it's frustrating that I'm not playing well, and so I know that I can play better, and so I'm kind of frustrated that I'm not maximizing my potential. And then I think I just kind of become frustrated with other things because of that. So like it's I want to cheer on my teammates and I try, and then the next thing I know, I'm thinking again about how I just missed that goal. And I feel like it's frustrating not being able to focus on my team and my teammates, and I can only focus on what I'm doing wrong.
Okay, leading from that last thought, that you seem to be focused on what you're doing wrong and maybe putting a little bit of too much pressure over your shoulders. Um, let's try and switch it up to, what do you want to be better at the game? Going back to the performance profile, you mentioned that your skills are pretty dominant. You feel very comfortable with your skills. You also have a lot of motivation. Your confidence seems average due to all that's been happening. So, what is it that you want at more specifically? If it's not skills, or if it's any given skill.
I I think. Are you still there? You froze.
I think the screen froze
Okay,
again. There we go.
you're good now. Okay. I think that I want to get better at being maybe more consistent and able to just kind of focus on my game. And because like you said, I feel like I have the skills, I'm just not using them like I could, or as well as I could, I guess. And I think it's partly because I'm not I'm not paying attention just to the game sometimes. Like I think about the goal I just missed, or I think about the crowd booing because I just missed the goal. And I don't know. I think if I saw some more goals go in, I might be a little more confident, but I don't know how to change. I don't know how to focus myself to start scoring those goals. Even though I know I can, I keep missing them, and then I think I'm going to miss it, and then I miss it, and then I worry about missing that one, and I miss the next chance, and then I worry about missing that one, and then I don't even see the pass coming to me, and then the next thing I know, I'm sitting on the bench.
Okay, so how important is your role for you in your team?
I mean, ever since I've been playing badly, we haven't been doing too well. I usually, since I'm a striker, they usually look to me to score the goals a lot of times. And I mean, we got some other people that can score, but I'm probably one of the leaders in goals on the team. And I mean, I can tell that every time I miss a goal that I should have made, then I look around the field, I start running back as they get ready for the goal kick, and all my teammates are slumped over, they're shaking their head, and I mean, I feel like I'm letting them down because they're doing all the hard work to get me a shot, and then I just miss.
Okay. You mentioned something about leadership right now, that possibly we are being, you are one of the leaders scoring wise. How do you feel about leadership other than scoring? It seems like your teammates look up to you a bit, and
Um,
you look up to them too, because you seem to have a pretty tight group where you recognize their jobs and their roles.
yeah, we have a pretty good group. I mean, it helps that it's all my fraternity brothers, so I can get mad at them if I want and not worry about it becoming something bigger. If I got to talk to them about something that I think they're doing wrong, I feel like I can. And so I don't know that they look up to me as a leader, because normally I don't say much. I mean, I'll say something every now and then when I'm playing, but usually I'm pretty quiet, and I think they just look to me because I have some good skill, and I can score and I can pass. So I think they kind of look up to that aspect. But um, it, like I said, it just helps that it's all my fraternity brothers, and it's like I'm out there playing with um, friends that I've known for a long time, and it's not a bunch of new people I got to meet and get used to, and might be nervous about saying something that they're doing wrong or trying to criticize them or anything. Um, and I mean, I'm just trying to help when I come up with these things, when I am trying to say these things sometimes, but I mean, I feel a little more comfortable saying it to my fraternity brother. So, I mean, I guess in that regard, I am a little bit of a leader where I'll point out some things that need to be changed sometimes, but that's about all the talking I do.
Okay. Something I'm not very clear about. Do you guys have like a league that you play into, that you have standings? Or you mentioned it's intramural.
Yeah, so the way they do it, um, all the fraternities at the school play in like a competitive league, and so you get you get like points and whatever for winning a game or drawing a game or whatever, and you play throughout. You play like all the different fraternities, and then whoever has like the few teams with the most points go into like a playoff kind of thing. And so they do that, and they um, So they have soccer, and then they have like a whole fraternity cup thing. So like if you win soccer, you get so many points. If you win basketball, you get so many points. And then they do like an overall sport leader. And so I
Okay.
play on the soccer team. Every now and then I'll go out and play with the basketball team, but it's not like an every week thing. But soccer is. I really like playing soccer.
Okay, and in terms of standing, where do you stand right now with your team? Like compared to your other fraternity
Um,
competition?
so I think we were in fourth a couple of weeks ago, and I've had two bad games in a row, 2 weeks. I didn't score. We only scored one goal in those two games, and we lost both of them. And now we're in sixth, I think, and I kind of feel like it's my fault, because I mean I'd been scoring the rest of the season. I don't know why I decided now that I can't put the ball in the back of the net.
Have you been doing any other extracurricular activities that might be limiting maybe your rest or schoolwork or
Um,
any distraction that you might be able to point out today?
I mean, we are in kind of like the time where a lot of professors are giving exams and stuff. So, I mean, now that I think about it, last week I had an exam the night before our game, and so I probably didn't sleep a whole bunch that week. But the week before, I don't think I had anything. But I mean, I have been pretty stressed out about my exams and stuff coming up.
Okay. Okay, so hitting a bit of the rewind button, going back to the rankings or standings, I might say. You mentioned you were in fourth place. Now you're down to sixth place. Do you have any goal for this season? Maybe compared to previous seasons, it appears that you guys have been very successful or are in the top, let's say, top three teams. This is me assuming. I'm trying to get some info in that part.
Yeah. Last year, um, we made the playoffs. So 6 teams make the playoffs, and last year we made the playoffs, but we lost in the first round. Um, so, I mean, I think we could have done better, but we had a bad game, and it didn't happen. So this year, our goal was to um, win at least one playoff game. We really wanted to win the whole thing, but um, we had to at least do better than we did last year. And so, I mean, if we keep up this form, we're not even going to make the playoffs.
Okay, you don't think you'll make the playoffs?
I mean, if I keep playing like this and no one else is going to help us score more, then I mean, I don't think I don't know that we'll win another game if no one starts scoring.
Well, you get a point. Um. Okay, let me do a little recap here. You are in a competitive league. You feel that maybe some stress in regards to schoolwork might be affecting your playing time, not playing time, but your performance. You're not too sure about that. And your goal is to at least get to a playoff game.
Yep.
Good. I think I have a lot of information to think about, being a first session. Um, what I want to work with you maybe for next week, it's like a little homework. It's like to work a little schedule. I do this with some clients of mine that seem to put a lot of pressure on themselves and actually um, put themselves first, I might say. So let's make like a little schedule, a daily schedule, for me to see what your tendencies are in terms of how much time do you spend at school, how much time do you spend maybe in a gym working out, trying to get ready, physically ready for a game. How much time do you spend in practice?
Okay.
How much, if you have any friendly games, not competitive ones, just to see how in sync you are, you with your team and you with yourself. And if you have any observations, like any emotion at any given time, just write it down.
Okay.
So next week, what I want to do is to review that with you to see how we can work towards you feeling more comfortable with yourself again. I feel that your skills are there, your motivation is there, but maybe need to see how to maximize your time and your efforts.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds
Does it
good.
seem good for you?
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I'll send you an email with a template. I'll prepare it for you so you can have easy access to it. You don't have to like carry around any stuff with you.
Okay.
And we'll review it next week.
Okay. That
Okay,
sounds
sounds
good.
good. Do you have any games scheduled for this week?
No, this week, because there's even more exams, they have like an off week. So I mean, why it couldn't be the off week last week when I had my exams, I don't know. But yes, I just got unlucky. But no game this week. So we'll have I think there's like 3 or 4 games left in the season, something like that.
Okay, 3 to 4 games left. Good. Let me write that down really fast. Okay, so let's work on that schedule of yours. Let's
Okay.
see how much time you spend at each thing in your life.
Okay.
And we'll go from there. Okay?
All right. Sounds good.
Yay. So I think we're done with our first session.